Talking Nerds. My name is Nate. I'm here with Tyler and Zach, who I cannot see their faces because they're covering them up. There we go. There you are.
Oh, yep. I totally thought my video was on. I apologize.
That's all right.
High quality
Oh, yeah.
production we got going on here.
Wow. It must have been show off your company day or something here, guys. Dredge it.
Yeah,
Fast.
you
Where's.
missed it.
I need
Uh,
my sincere hat somewhere.
right.
Well, it's been a week. We did it. We actually went 1 week.
Back to back episodes.
Back to back
Nice.
episodes. How about that? Yay! um, surprise, surprise. I am not drinking a Pipeworks Brewing beer tonight. I am drinking Revolution Brewing beer. Or sorry, my bad, Three Floyds, which is also very good. So this one's called Zombie Ice.
Mm,
It's a double IPA. We got some
that's a
Game of
cool
Thrones
can.
vibes going on.
Yep.
So,
I'm also surprised, not drinking a Dr. Pepper tonight. I'm drinking
wow.
Arch root beer.
Oh,
Very interesting.
and I'm drinking. I don't want to show it because it's a big sponsor name, but I'm drinking a Ghost Energy drink, the Swedish fish flavor.
Ah, nice.
So you might see me sip on it, but I won't exclusively show it for reasons.
Reasons.
So
Fair enough. Nice. I also got a Red Bull somewhere around here, but
not a sponsor.
not a sponsor. We're still working on our sponsor. We actually have something in the works, maybe. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before we get into our yeah, let's
Oh.
get into our weeks first. But we tonight we're gonna be talking about we'll have a main topic, but we're gonna talk about the season 3 finale of Mando. Zach, I don't know if you've watched any since last
No,
week.
I
Okay.
haven't watched
Tyler, I
anything.
assume you're caught up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep. Here. Yeah. It's it was disappointing to
Yeah,
say the
I
least.
know what happened. And then I had a discussion with my friend Jason today, and he loves it.
Really?
He's a
Wow.
big Clone Wars and Rebels fan, so he really enjoys that payoff.
See, I am also a big Clone Wars fan. Not a Rebels fan, but I'm a big Clone Wars fan, and I don't like. I don't know. We'll get into it here, but
Yeah,
there
I
was
asked him if
not
he wanted to be
much.
on tonight, and he said he was busy. I said,
Oh.
because you're about probably would be the only person who likes it.
Yeah, I don't know, Tyler. I can't tell if I'm not sure if
I
you would.
I I half liked it. There's things that I hated
Okay.
about it. There's things that I loved about it. I wouldn't say it was disappointing, but I wouldn't say it was encouraging for the next season. Like I'm
Mhm.
I'm very much in the middle. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
my optimism to find the good things, but also there were some things that I was about.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. Well, let's get into our weeks. Going back a week here. It's been 1 week, and I have watched an entire season of Attack on Titan, so I'm done with season 3 now.
Jeez.
Holy freaking smokes! So every week I talk about it, but I just say, "Wow, this show's great." I have to talk about it tonight because I'm just so hyped for season 4 now. So Zach, I don't know if you care about spoilers.
No.
Okay. So I finished season 3. Basically, everybody's dead in the show now, except for like the 9 main characters of the Scout Regiment. Um, wow, where do I even start? Levi is the coolest character ever. Like,
Ever.
like I
Of
got
all
hyped
anything,
of
he's just the
anything.
coolest.
He's so
Anything.
cool. I got hyped when he like hopped up on his horse and just pulled his swords out. I'm like, oh my gosh,
It's coming.
this guy is legit. And so a couple theories. So the whole thing is Titans. You basically you have to become a Titan, and then you eat one of the 9 main Titans, and then you get their memories and their powers, and then you become coherent again, and you become a human again. That's kind of a really crappy summary of that. But so my theory, I mean, I think it's kind of confirmed, but they really haven't fully confirmed it, is that Aaron would have eaten his dad then. That's, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. I don't know if they've, maybe I missed it or not, or something, but I think that's kind of the whole idea there. Tyler, your face is not telling me anything, so I'm not really sure.
How many seasons are out?
There are 4 seasons altogether.
And then they're working on the ending, which I believe is 2 movies. So I
Yeah.
think the first movie is out right now on sub, and
Yeah.
it's currently worked on for dub, and that's like part 1 of the ending. And then the last part 2, I believe, is another movie that they're closing it out with, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So all I'm gonna say is that theory will either be confirmed or shut down pretty early in season 4.
Okay,
So you'll find out. You'll find out.
got it. So I don't have to watch the recap movie then? Is that?
You don't have to,
I think
because
that-
it just recaps.
Yeah, because it was like a
Like, what
while
you've already
between
seen.
3 and 4, I think. So that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Got it,
So
got it.
just it's not a spoiler, but it's a time jump from
Right.
3 to 4.
Mhm.
So that's why they did the recap movie,
Okay.
because I think it took time for season 4 to come out from
It
3
did. It did.
in
yeah.
real life.
Mhm.
And so they just were like, we'll just push this recap movie out, which is literally seasons 1 to 3. Like, it recaps all the major plot
Okay.
points
Got it.
throughout. And then because there's a big time jump, like they're all grown up at the beginning of season 4.
Right.
So you'll figure it out.
Is Attack on Titan the one where he's got like the wires that shoot out from like his waist? And yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's
the
yeah.
ODM gear.
Yeah, that's a bunch of those characters.
because the only reason I know that is because Fortnite. So
Right. Which
Right.
looks
It's a-
pretty sick.
That's
not gonna
Levi.
lie.
That's the character too that we're
Okay.
talking about.
That's the
got it.
So what else you got going in your head?
I
about
also,
it?
I'm assuming Zeke, who was Grisha's first son, is the Beast Titan. 1, because he looks exactly like the character, and 2, he was actually playing with a toy that looked like the Beast Titan when he was a kid. So, and it would just kind of make sense with him turning his parents in, that, you know, he'd be motivated to kill all the people within the walls. So that I mean that's I think that's pretty obvious.
So right now, what is like your, I'm gonna call it worldview? Like, how are you seeing the world right now after watching season 3?
Yeah, I mean, so the Titans are all people. We're all people. They were people, the Patriots, who were I forget what they're even called. It starts with an E, but essentially Aaron's people. That all the people within the wall. They were hated by the other people who are the Marleys. I think they're or something like that. Marley. So they
Marley.
turned them in. Yeah. So that was the whole flashback. They turned them into Titans and let them loose, and they're basically stupid, and they're setting them off to go even kill their own people. So
it's the Eldian,
Eldian,
people
that's what it
versus the
is.
Marleyan people.
right. So now here at the end of season 3, they figured that out because Aaron has all the flashbacks, so he can. They're essentially going to go up against the Marleyan people. That's my view of what's going to happen in season 4. Also, Armin, who actually I really like now. I hated him at first. I really like him.
He matures. He matures a lot
He's such a good character. He's so smart too.
after inheriting the Colossal Titan is when you start to love him more.
Okay. Yeah, and so I'm super excited to see him as a Colossal Titan now. That was a big twist that Aaron's Grisha's first wife ate Aaron's mom. I was like, what? What the heck? So that was pretty crazy. But it makes sense that he was able to control her then. So yeah, I'm interested to see. Aaron is kind of always disappointing me, but I'm interested to see. It seems like he's maturing now with all these memories coming in. So hopefully, although I'm hoping it's not like a Bran the Broken thing from Game of Thrones where he's just like this quiet, like weirdo, you know.
Just you wait. You wait.
So
You will. I can't wait to hear your opinions on Aaron after watching this fourth season.
yeah, so I'm
I
really
can't wait.
stoked. We're gonna do an entire Attack on Titan episode. We'll have Dilly and Casey on. So I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I'm hyped right now. The fact when man, also this show tugs at your heartstrings. I like
Oh,
tear up a
oh,
lot watching this show.
season four. Get your tissues ready, bud.
Yeah.
Get your tissues ready. That's
And
all I'm gonna say. Have them ready.
it's multiple things. It's they kill all the characters you love. They also the music, the soundtrack plays in so much. Anytime the organ is playing, I'm like, oh my gosh! It's like it's crazy how much music can add to film or shows or whatever it is. Uh, and like when Erwin charged out, I was like, oh man.
Dude, it's like a Braveheart moment.
It is.
And like
It is.
but then
Or the
like
Patriot.
they all die. Or
I
the
know.
Patriot. But they all die.
They
like
all freaking die.
That's what's yeah.
I know. I was like I was like
the manga
gasping,
writers-
and Gracie was with me, and she's like, "What the heck are you doing right now?" I'm like, "You don't understand.
You don't understand.
They're all dying."
The writers of this manga, they have no mercy with
Yeah.
their characters. Like it could be honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Aaron's not dead right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that the fact that they like get you to love so many characters and then have no remorse for killing them off
Yeah.
in brutal ways, sad ways, like good way, like they don't care.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's why I loved it, because I love it when like one of the main characters, like it doesn't work out in like a realistic way.
Yeah.
Like everybody dies in a realistic way.
Mhm.
Except for those who have plot armor, but it's
Right.
not really like
Or
the plot armor makes sense. Right.
Titan armor.
So yeah, it's just like they have no mercy for who, like nobody's safe in this show.
Right. Levi almost. I was like, "Oh no, no, they better not.
No,
they better
you
not."
better not.
But he still
That dude
remained.
will not die.
The dude will not die. Man, that was epic. Where he's just flying in, slaughtering all those Titans. To give it a little context, Zach, there's this character Levi, who's like unstoppable. This guy, he kills anything, like any Titan, he can slaughter it. It's insane. And like
Are there only 9? You said
there's 9
No.
abnormal Titans. They're like smart, which is kind of hard to explain unless you have the background. And then everybody else is they're just dumb, mindless Titans.
So the 9, they're called founding Titans. So
Founding
the 9
Titans.
founding Titans, they are controlled by actual humans who
Mhm.
can transform in and out of the Titan form.
got it.
Normal Titans are stuck in that Titan form.
And
They
they're like
can't-
totally
they're-
oblivious to what's happening.
They're totally
Yeah.
oblivious. They eat
Feral.
humans.
Yeah.
Feral.
Exactly.
But some of the founding Titans have an ability called Scream, where they can control the normal Titans. And so the Beast Titan, which is a Titan that you meet later on, he has this ability. He can control Titans, and so he's like attacking the city of Eldians.
And he's the
got,
only
like,
Titan
all
you
these-
can actually talk to as a Titan.
Right.
Mm.
Well, yeah. So
For now.
he's got a line. Well, you'll meet others. So
Okay.
it's not really a spoiler, but yeah, right
Yeah.
now he's the first one that can talk. So he's got like a row of like Titans, and he's just throwing people at, and like they distract him with Irvin and the scouts. They're like running at the Titans. Meanwhile, Levi's doing a flank route, and he just takes out like these massive
It's like
Titans
going
one by one
Down the line.
just to get to the Beast Titan, and then he shreds the Beast Titan.
And the Beast Titan's like, "What's going on?" And then he's like, "Oh,
"What?
somebody was telling me about this guy Levi." And then
Levi.
He
This
just
is Levi.
destroys his arm, chops the entire arm off. This Beast Titan is massive. You should look him up
Massive.
just to see like what he looks like. Very intimidating. This is the first time the Beast Titan's like feared for his life.
Fallen. Yeah.
Then he chops off
by a measly human. Like,
Yeah,
and
by a
Levi's
tiny little-
small. Like he's not a big
he's a
guy.
shoddy. He's like 5'3"
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Chops
can
off his
move.
all his limbs, rips him out of the Titan, and has literally stuck his sword in this guy's mouth, and is like could have just killed him, but he hesitated.
He looks like
for
Sasquatch.
reasons. For certain
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah, he looks like Sasquatch. He's basically
Yeah.
he's also a pitcher. So like he throws rocks. Like that's his attack.
okay.
Like he'll crush rocks, and he throws like pellets, and they just like destroy,
Destroy
everybody
everybody,
and
yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
But Levi so basically to give you context as to why he doesn't kill the Beast Titan
Yeah.
human, they're trying to get information because at this
Mhm.
point in the show, this is the first time humans have been able to venture outside the walls
Hmm.
and like protect themselves instead of just like waiting to get raided and protect them. They're able to go out and like get intel and scout
Recording in
the actual
progress.
ground. Um, and so this is like a big deal, and so they're like trying to get information about the Titans, and they still don't understand how Eren can be a Titan, but they're like using him because he's good, but they
Yeah.
don't understand how it's working
Mhm.
completely. So they're trying to get information, so they protect. He just captures Zeke,
Gotcha.
and then it almost gets him killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
honestly, he does not look good when you find him.
nope.
He's a mess.
So yeah, Levi was, man, that was awesome. And then I love that he's like these mutineers. I love how he was just joking about it. It was so great. But
I love
basically,
Levi, the best character for sure.
yeah, without a doubt. So there's a couple things I'm still unclear about. Obviously, I'm still unclear about who the like four-legged, like, whatever you call it, Titan.
The cart Titan.
Yeah. I forget what they call him, but so I don't know who that is, obviously. I have literally have no idea. And then there's also, let's see, there was another thing. Oh, I still don't know kind of like the motivation between Bearholt and Rhina's whole thing, who they are, what kind of connection they have with Zeke. So yeah, I'm excited to find out that stuff. But yeah, man, this show is phenomenal. So highly recommend. After we've just spoiled it, Fuzak.
No, but honestly, if you watch it, like
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like I don't know if you experienced this, Nathan. Like after watching season 3 and then especially like going through season 4, just like looking back to where you started in this story,
Hmm.
like the world was so small
One
in
city.
season 1, and like you're
Yeah.
just like it's so small, and then all the information you've gathered over the next 3 seasons, you look back and it's just a completely different show. Like it's not, and it's very like the same stuff, but like it just feels so much different. The writing is so well done.
Oh yeah. Yeah, even like I'll find myself. I'm so used to like eye rolling, especially with like Mandalorian. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is stupid. So like there'll be moments where I'm like, that was kind of dumb. But then I'm like, oh, I get why they're doing it now. Like when Aaron slipped off the ledge, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? And then it was just so he could get down and do his whole like shield thing, you know? I'm like, ah, that was smart. So yeah.
Eye roll and then instant like, oh
Oh,
wait.
oh, oh wow. um, the moment where they had to choose between Ervin and Armin, even I was conflicted. I didn't even
Right?
know what was the right choice, and I was just like, man, I can't blame any of these people right now. You know, so yeah, that was tough. That was really tough.
Honestly,
Ervin was awesome. So
honestly, Mikasa
Cubs.
number 2.
Mikasa number 2 is your favorite character? Second favorite
Yeah.
character?
Yeah.
I think in terms of like badassery, yes. She is number 2. I think I like Armin better as a character though than I like her. So,
I think like
I
her
really like
loyalty
Jean
to
too.
Aaron.
I like
Yeah,
Jean and
Jean's
Connie. Those guys are great.
Jean and Connie, yeah. I think her loyalty, I think the character trait of her loyalty to Aaron, and like that's what drives her,
Hmm.
makes her such an interesting character. And I think you'll see why I like her more
Yeah.
after season 4, because you got some information coming your way.
Okay.
Honestly, like pen and paper, bro, you're gonna have to take notes. There's so much you're gonna learn. Like your mind is gonna be absolutely blown. Like you
Okay.
thought you knew what was going on.
I'm
Think
sure
again,
I don't.
buddy.
I mean, that's
Think
how it was
again.
between season 2 and like each season. It's just like more mind blown. You know, like it just keeps growing and growing. So
And that's why we were asking, me, Dub and Sub, we're asking about your your theories, because it's
Yeah.
always interesting to see where you're at after season 3.
And
And
that's
then
the
just
thing. I'm like, I don't even know what theories I should be having. I'm like, it's just like it felt basic, and then I learned all this stuff. I'm like, oh man, this is complex. And even now, it still feels basic, and I know it's complex. like I know there's so much more that I can't even think about. Like so. Yeah.
Oh, so the city, the walls, right?
Hmm.
Have you learned anything about that?
Like the wall, the by the ocean or the sea,
No, 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 the city,
the
the Eldian
city.
city, the
Oh, the
walls.
walls.
Yeah, have you learned anything about? I'm trying to remember. I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, they walled themselves in on the island. I know they're on an island
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
So they need to get to the big mainland where Marley or Marley, whatever it's called, the city. But um, is that what the answer you were looking for?
No, I'm just trying to I'm trying to remember what exactly you know at this point without giving away what you learned in season 4.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm treading lightly. That's why I'm just like I'm trying to understand where you're at with
yeah, the king just
understanding the
changed.
places.
Yeah, nothing much about the city, more about the people is what all I know about right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And then what
So
happened in the flashback, like when they get the cellar with the books?
yeah, so they explained Grish's entire story, um, and then how he met the original Attack Titan, not armored, the original Attack Titan, who I assume he's gonna eat like he was told to. Um, and what I found was really interesting about that was the moment where he's like, you need to do this and then save Armin and Mikasa," and he's like, who are they? He's like, I have no idea. This isn't my memory. And so I'm like, oh man, so what? Aaron's getting mixed up with this guy's memories. But then they did this weird flashback where they were kids on the wall. So I'm like, is that a real memory? Is that a fake? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I I assume it's real though, just because everything seems to have had like there seems to be a lot of memory loss overall from everybody. So I assume it's real, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. But
Well, are you watching more tonight? Because
maybe I got to
you
figure
should.
I got to do some work
You
on
should.
podcast stuff here, but
Because the opening credits for season 4 are pretty awesome. The soundtrack's pretty sick.
oh, the opening credits are always so good.
But season
it's
4
hype.
is special.
It's special.
Anyways,
Okay.
I'm so excited for the first part movie to come out on dub so I can watch, because season 4 ending was something that I don't ever want to experience again, because that'll like ruin it. Like it's something that you just got to experience once and then wish you could experience it for the first time again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Elden
watching
Ring.
Prestige for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. Like you just want to experience that feeling that you have for the first time, and like all the emotions throughout the season.
And
you just kind of like.
Interesting you bring up the Prestige, Zach.
But even just your emotions throughout season 4, like.
Yeah.
And then it's like per character, you're like. And you're all over the place, dude. You're so emotional.
I know.
At least I was, but
I am too.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch the first movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going down to Texas next week, so maybe I'll finish season 4. Maybe we can do. We'll see. We'll see.
Pedal to the metal, this dude.
Oh, I will. I can't stop watching it.
Yeah.
It'll be like 12:30 at night. I'm like, just
I
one
got
more.
No, I got time for more. It's only 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine. So, anyways, yeah, I've been watching Attack on Titan. If you didn't claim that, I've also been reading Marvel comics. It was funny because I've been reading a lot of DC comics, and then Tyler just started reading some 2018 Thor, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to get back into that. And now, like, I know where the trajectory is, like what event they're heading towards. So I'm like, oh man, this is hype. I got to keep reading now. So I'm torn between all these things, things to do. The life of a nerd. So I've been reading a lot of the Marvel comics. I've also, so I don't know if I ever really talked about this on the podcast, but this kind of inspired what we're going to be doing tonight. Um, since college, I decided that I wanted to be like not like a movie guru, but like go back and watch a bunch of movies, like some of the best movies that have ever been made. So, just be like a film connoisseur kind of. So I've been doing that a lot. I haven't lately, but I've just kind of gotten back into it. So I watched Fight Club for the first time last week.
Good movie.
Very good, very weird.
Very weird.
Very.
I haven't seen it, but I plan on watching it. So keep the spoilers.
Okay.
It's
It's an intense movie. It's
Very.
also a it escalates so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But very interesting concept. I think there are some plot holes in it a little bit. Like there's some like it like, kind of dumb movie logic a little bit with like how they explain things, because when you like, okay, you figure out the big plot twist and then you look back and you're like, well, some of those things don't really make sense though. So I don't know, I'll wait for Tyler to watch it to kind of talk about that. But overall, pretty good movie, pretty violent. It's called Fight Club. And then I also watched the first Austin Powers movie for the first time.
Never seen that.
And I was told, okay, these are some of the funniest movies of all time, but they're also so stupid. And that's exactly what I got out of it. It was hilarious. It's very quotable, but man, what a dumb movie that was.
Oh man, it's a funny story. The first time I watched the Austin Powers movie, I was out with my uncle, and I forget what we were out doing or what we were out for. But anyway, we were out like bar hopping and everything. And we got home and we're feeling good. We're having a good time and like we're sleepy. And so we're like, let's just watch Austin Powers. And like 2 of the 4 people that went out are like just drunk. They're just like having a good time. And I'm sitting on the couch and I'm feeling good. And I'm watching this movie and just like, being buzzed and watching that movie is a whole new experience. Like it's one thing being completely
groovy,
sober,
baby.
it's another groovy, baby. It got to the point where we're like, we need Arby's curly fries. So we went and got Arby's curly fries and came back and continued watching and fell asleep during the second one. What an experience. What a great night.
Yeah. See, for me, the movie, if it's like a late night and I'm like, like feeling good, I'm like, I'm gonna watch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That's the movie I always watch.
I love Scott Pilgrim.
Always late at night too. I don't think I've ever watched that at a normal time. That movie is fantastic.
I'm just thinking of more movies that I'm adding to my list.
I know. I almost put that as my
like,
comedy pick, but I didn't. It is a great movie though.
Scott Pilgrim is fantastic.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched that movie,
Chris Evans as a douchebag is hilarious.
Oh, I mean that's that's perfect.
I mean that's kind of what.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess that's probably like how he is in real life, but, yeah. I mean, Michael Cera, like the best moment in that movie where he's like, "Is Scott home?" And then he jumps out the window. He just left, and he comes back, grabs his coat, and leaves. Oh man, so many good moments. But yeah, so I'm kind of going through. I'm gonna go through the Austin Power movies, and I'm gonna watch Spaceballs. I've never seen Spaceballs.
Weird.
Yeah, I've heard it's a weird movie.
But
But
funny if you like Star Wars.
yeah, right. So yeah, I got some classics on here, like Mel Brooks classics, comedies, and 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange. So.
Haven't seen that one. That one is real weird. Apparently.
Well, hey, I watched what American Psycho, and that was a whack movie. So
Christian Bale.
Yeah, that was a weird movie, and it was also like you like question whether anything actually happened at the end.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said.
It's very strange. Yeah, very gruesome movie, honestly. But yeah, so that was my week.
Nice.
Half an hour later.
Mine. Man, what did I do? I was off last weekend, but then I've been traveling for the rest of the week. So, He Who Fights with Monsters Book 9 came out this week. So I've jumped into that a little bit when I've had time.
Yeah.
Love it. So I'll keep moving forward on that.
I'm
Yeah, I
saving
haven't
a
watched The
credit for the
Mandalorian.
last. I got all the Dungeon Crawler Carl books on Audible, and I have one credit left, so I'm gonna save it for the last book because I assume I'm gonna like them. So
Yeah, they're really good.
yeah,
You'll love it. Yeah, that comes out.
I think it's July, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's even on Audible yet, but I think the book comes out pretty quick, and he said the audiobook's a little bit delayed behind it. So
Yeah.
if the book comes out in July, the audiobook will probably come out September, October.
Okay. Got
But
it.
Jeff Hayes is usually pretty on top of things, which is the narrator.
Got it.
So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, pretty boring week for me, honestly. So I might go to the movie theater this weekend. I'm gonna be stuck in Delaware all weekend, so I think I might go see Dungeons and Dragons.
You should go see
Nice.
Mario. You should go see
Should I
Mario.
go see Mario instead?
You
It
should
was
see both double feature.
Sure.
Don't have time.
I
work-
was trying to
work
see
6 to 6.
I wanted to see D&D this week, but I didn't end up being able to. So
Yeah, I need to
but-
try to see that soon.
But Mario was good, so it's really
Okay.
good. Yeah.
We'll see.
Tyler.
Oh, I had quite the eventful week.
Mm.
One, I started playing Rocket League again.
Wow.
Got hooked, so that's that's news because I love that game. I was playing Elden Ring today.
Nice.
Still
Did you
haven't
beat
beat
Margit?
Margit.
No.
Not yet because we had to do this show, but I was
Yes.
close a couple of times. So I was grinding. You know that beast at the Gatewatch or Stormfront cave or whatever.
Mhm.
I was just like grinding that thing.
Okay.
Like I just kept killing it, getting
Yeah.
runes, leveling up.
Yeah.
So I got my two-handed sword now, so I got Ashes of War, so I can do the
Which one
whirling
do you
blades,
have?
jump
Oh, the
thing.
Whirling Blades. Okay.
Yeah. I messed up. Maybe I can undo it, but I don't think I can. I actually had an Ashes of War on that sword, and it was really sick. It was the uppercut.
You should always have it. You just need to go back to a Site of Grace and then apply it again.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that because the whirling blades is cool, but it takes so long.
Yeah.
But with the uppercut, like you throw enemies in the air.
Yeah.
So like I kind of want to use that. I
Mhm.
don't know if it'll work on Margit, but why not?
Yeah.
So anyways, been playing Elden Ring. I am all caught up on My Hero Academia.
6
I
seasons.
finished that.
In what, a
Yeah,
week?
that,
2
that's a
weeks?
6, but that took me a while.
Okay.
That was a whole week.
That was a
I think
whole
a whole
week. Wow.
No, I think it was a week and a half. Week and a half, maybe 2.
You're insane.
It wasn't a whole week. It was so. Anyways, 6
You're
seasons.
crazy.
Honestly,
You crazy
honestly,
girl.
really good, really good.
Oh yeah, I honestly I bumped it up on my list, so
Yeah.
I am excited to watch it.
You were right. It starts kind of campy and
Yeah.
kind of whatever, but like the show really matures as it gets older. Because
Okay.
I think it came out like 2012. I want to say it started, something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know.
So like kind of campy, but like as the show matures with the audience, like it gets a little darker. Not like The Boys or Invincible dark, but like
Right.
the themes are definitely darker and like more like this something needs to happen, like good needs to be evil,
Right.
like so really good. I love the character development in it, and yeah, so there's still campy aspects here and
Mhm.
there, but it's more of like now that you know the characters, it's like I can relate to that more because like you do feel bad, you know, you might feel bad for this character and another character is like voicing it in his head and he's like, I'm such a failure, and it's
So
like,
that's a
okay,
typical
you
animal
understand, like,
trope.
yeah, right.
I'm
So,
such a
anyways.
terrible person. I'm such a failure.
But anyway, really good,
Yeah.
really good. One of the coolest bad guys in the animes that I've seen in a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though I just started, but definitely one of the coolest ones.
Cool.
I'm almost done with another one that I started today. It's just a one season.
Which one?
It's a volleyball anime. 2.43.
Okay.
I think I added it to the queue. You might have seen it. The art style is pretty cool. But
Yeah.
the volleyball scenes, they're really sick. You know, the spikes and the sets and everything, and like the ball warps on the ground when they hit it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool. The story, but I mean, it's like a one season thing. It's kind of, it like rushes through time because it's like a high school volleyball team.
Is that Bleach?
No.
No. It's
Bleach is not a
2.43.
one season show. Bleach
No,
is
Bleach the
Bleach is
longest
many.
running anime?
Yes.
It is,
Okay,
but
that's why I
One
know the
Piece is
name.
probably gonna pass it up eventually.
Okay.
Right.
So
And then did I say I finished? I think I did because last week I was still doing My Hero. But I finished Goblin Slayer. I finished
Sword Art.
No, I started it. I might
Oh.
finish it, but it was just kind of like it wasn't that exciting because like the concept is that they're in a video game, and so when they kill people, they just like video game die, which is like red
Yeah,
pixels
pixel.
and disappear. So it's like I actually like the blood and like the fighting, so it's like not the ending to a fight is not satisfying to me. Because it's like they just like float away and disappear. So it's like, yeah. But it's a cool concept, I guess. Yeah. So after this volleyball one, I don't know what I'm gonna start next. I might finish
I can give you
Full
some
Metal
Rex
Alchemist
if you want.
Brotherhood. Well, I know, but I kind of want to go on this journey myself, you know.
Fair enough.
But I'm waiting
Full
on the
Metal's
Demon
good.
Slayer. I'm waiting on the Demon Slayer dubs. There's 2 new episodes out, but I can't watch them. Like I can, but they're subbed. So I need to watch One Punch Man when I have time here at home, so I can read.
Awesome show.
So, anyways, yeah, that's
and again, you gotta watch
what
it
I've been
subbed.
doing. Yeah, well, you can't watch it dubbed because it's not a dub.
Okay.
But
I think there is on Hulu,
yeah.
but probably not Funimation.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, well, the Netflix one is only in Japanese.
Oh,
too.
okay.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing. I didn't get to reading many Marvel comics. Mandalorian season finale. Yeah, I mean that's it's pretty much the nerd stuff that I've been doing this week. So yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, we got one news item. There is some development. What's up, Trevor? Trevor's in the chat. That's my cousin. It's my cousin.
What's up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? So there is a multiplayer Quidditch game that just got announced this week. So
interesting.
Probably why they left it out.
Legacy.
It's not for Hogwarts Legacy. It's its own standalone game.
Is it by WB Studios though?
It is. Yep.
Oh,
so
okay.
I assume that's why they just didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't understand why they did a separate thing. Maybe to try to do like their own, battle royale type. What's the game? Rocket League type game, I guess. I don't know, but it's called Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, so it does have the name Harry Potter in it.
Interesting.
Well, think about this from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
All right. You just
Quidditch
released
champion
a game
versus Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Well, you just released a game without Quidditch, right?
Yeah.
Instead of making a DLC that has to be below $60, you release a completely new game that has what's missing and charge full price. So, because people are going to buy it.
Well, I don't know. They haven't said it whether it's free or not, or free or paid. So I don't know.
Well, and I wondered, have they released any details? Can you play as like Harry Potter or Ginny or Fred and George and stuff like that?
I don't think they've made really any announcements at all, other than you can
I
sign up for
my legacy character.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Or your Wizarding World
if you play Seeker.
Avatar,
How big is the map going to be if you're playing Seeker?
True, that's a good point. What do you do? Like that's
Are you just going to fly around all game and is the game going to be going on below you?
Right.
It might be this. It might be the mechanic that I could see it being the easiest is you have to fly around and you have like kind of like the Revelio. You have to Revelio, but it's on cooldown.
Revelio the game.
It only goes so far. The Revelio game, but it only goes so far.
Yeah.
So like you do have to still fly around and find the snitch by casting whatever. That's the only mechanic, because otherwise like trying to find the snitch is like I don't know how else they would do that, right? So, and then once it gets too far, maybe it like disappears again.
System.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's true. That's true.
Trevor says exactly why I won't play it because of the snitch stuff,
or the charge.
or the yeah.
Probably the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can start signing up for early access though, it looks like. So
I'll probably do that.
yeah. Probably not the game I'm going to play. I mean, I just don't like those type of games anyways. But who knows? Maybe it'll be fun.
I just want
since it's
NCAA
Quidditch.
2020 something to come out.
Yeah.
Football. Way better than Madden. Madden sucks. NCAA's the last good football game. I would always, because you can create a character in the high school playoffs. And so you
Right.
play out your high school playoff run. And then based on how well you do, you get recruited to colleges. And then you
Right.
play your college career.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you only control yourself. So I've played as a quarterback before, I've played as a running back. I did one season as a wide receiver, which wasn't very fun because there's no guarantee you get the ball hardly ever. So
Yeah.
it's the most fun doing quarterback or running back. And I've also played as a defensive end before. That was actually kind of fun. So you're just trying to sack the quarterback.
Football.
Yeah.
Ha!
Ha!
Hike.
I watch baseball only. By the way, the Cubs are down 1.
Sad. But
Max
they'll-
Muncy hit a
they'll
home
regain.
run.
Well, yeah. So that's the only news item I got. So we'll see if this sounds interesting to you. You can sign up now for. I don't know if it's early
And
access.
let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you'll be playing because we'll probably hop on with you guys.
All right. So it's time. Review Mando season 3.
Oh,
Almost time for the main thing, but I have a few thoughts. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because it's not really doesn't deserve it, honestly, in my opinion. But Tyler's
that's
probably got a
everything
lot to
that
say.
I heard.
So first of all, to start off, I heard by somebody from the show. I don't know if it was cast or crew said there was going to be a big death, and it was going to be like sad. And I'm like, well, okay, they're going to kill Mando or something? Going to kill Bo-Katan? I would prefer it if they killed Bo-Katan, honestly, but no, it was Moff Gideon, maybe, who died.
Right. Because he had a whole bunch of clones.
Well, the clones all died very melodramatically, honestly.
But they had the Force. I'm so confused by that.
Yeah, they did.
So
yeah,
I didn't even
they had
watch it.
yeah.
So,
metachlorians in them, I guess, maybe.
but they
Yes.
couldn't use the Force yet.
No, they were still incubating.
yeah, they were still.
Oh, so
So
they weren't
that-
actually running around.
no,
No,
Mando
that's
killed them.
that's the tie-in to season 1 and why he was using Grogu
Right.
to clone.
Got it.
He was pulling the Force, the midichlorians, out of Grogu and putting him into his clones.
Got it.
But we didn't know why it had to be Baby Yoda, Grogu, until then. Like that was like
Din
this
Grogu.
whole like Din Grogu. That was like kind of the thing is like why has this plot point been missing until now? Like we went through a whole season 2 and the
Mhm.
entire season 3, and then you just decide like, oh yeah, by the way, Moff Gideon cloned himself, and that's the reason he wanted Grogu is because he was putting the Force in his clones. So it's like, okay, but that was like season 1, like
Right.
whatever. So that was kind of a point, but whatever.
Yeah. Also, he didn't even acknowledge Grogu was there too, which was I found.
Did
funny.
they ever explain the Beskar in the ship that he escaped from?
Nope.
No, they didn't. But that would be that would be because of his Beskar clone or Beskar troopers.
Are we sure though?
Yeah, because he had the we didn't know that he had his entire base on Mandalore.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
so they were the ones that broke him out and
Okay, that's a good
brought him
point.
home.
Yeah.
And so it was like oh yeah, like is there a Mandalorian on the inside working for him? But
Mhm.
no, it was actually the Beskar stormtroopers.
Okay.
So
Dark Saber destroyed. Heard that. That's like sacrilegious to like
Yeah.
the whole mythos of the Dark Saber.
He's like, you don't deserve the dark saber. There, it's broken. And I was like, okay.
honestly, like I didn't really appreciate how they made him like a Darth Vader, like
yeah,
with a robotic suit.
right.
Like that was kind of I mean, I get that he's like older and can't move, but
Right.
the whole like whatever. As for the Darksaber, I think it's gonna get reforged by the armorer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be a sign of like peace between the cults and the actual.
Do you still
Mandalores,
think the
whatever.
armor is bad? I don't know. I can't
I
tell.
don't know. I wish
She
that
still
they
seems very sus to
made
me.
sense. I wish that they made sense of it, but she fought against and defeated
Yeah.
the Empire on Mandalore. So I don't really
Yeah.
know where she stands, and I don't know if they decided to like not make her bad like last minute in shoots. They like just decided to leave that random scene that like focused on her taking refugees, and then just
Right. I
decided to
know.
not do what
Where
they were
was the
thinking.
payoff
I don't
there?
know. So
Now it could be
maybe
she
we
just
find out,
doesn't.
but
She wants to get rid of Moff Gideon because she's trying to. She's on Thrawn's.
Maybe she works
she's
for
Thrawn's
Thrawn.
spy.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think that was the
I did
article.
hear.
But
I did read this one theory that she doesn't actually believe Bo-Katan deserves a Darksaber, and that it still technically belongs to Moff Gideon. So if she kills Moff Gideon, then she technically gets the Darksaber. So it's like a weird, like, she's not working for the Empire, but she's not
She's
actually
working
friends
for
with Bo-Katan.
herself.
She's working for herself.
Yeah.
And so she might reforge the Darksaber for herself and lay claim. So
yeah.
there's a lot of theories
thought,
about it.
So any lightsaber, and this is where some of my backstory knowledge is going to be a little thin. Don't you have to be a Force user to be able to create a lightsaber? Like I thought that's the whole key
Well, I guess
point,
the original
'cause you have to, like,
Mandalorian
float the
was
crystals.
Jedi
Right,
as well.
exactly.
So.
He was a Jedi
Yes.
Mandalorian. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it's like you have to float the
Yes.
crystals in. So it's like,
Right.
if she's able to just create a new Darksaber, it's going to be like, well, there goes just years of
And kind of the
And
magic behind the Darksaber too.
Right.
That's where Din Grogu comes in, and they're gonna bring them back.
That's a good point, actually.
So they're
because
going.
they're just hanging out on
She's gonna
Navarra
use
now, right?
right.
Yeah, it was like a
but
sitcom
there's-
ending. It was so stupid.
Yeah, the little zoom out to them, and
And it
then
was
like,
da
I
da
was
da
like,
da
okay,
da
whatever.
da. It's like,
But right now they're back to bounty hunting / adventuring.
yeah.
As a duo.
Yeah, bro.
and
At least
their
he's a bounty
father-son
hunter again.
confirmed. But I think that the armorer is gonna call back Din and be like, I need a favor. This is for your clan. And he's so blind to her and his clan that he's going to accept it. And then she betrays him. And what the favor was Grogu needs to build this for me.
Mhm.
That's a feasible thing. I don't think they're gonna do that. But if they wanted it to work out and bring back the Darksaber, that's the only possible way. Because you're right, it needs to be force built.
Yeah.
Because the first Mandalorian was a Jedi,
Yeah.
but the other Jedis hated him, which is why it was a Darksaber and not a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah. So I did have some notes though. The stormtrooper's armor actually works for once because it's Beskar. I thought that was kind of funny.
They're also good shots
Yeah,
because the people they're shooting at are wearing Beskar, so they can't hit them.
right. Yeah, I was more impressed with stormtroopers than I have been. So
They were actually kind of scary.
yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. The Dark Troopers in the season 2 finale were scary until Luke freaking Skywalker showed up. So
Right, which makes sense.
right. I've had people say that they are less intimidating after Luke shreds them than Luke is more impressive that he shredded an intimidating Dark Trooper. I was like, I think way more highly of Luke than I think low of the Dark Troopers when you see how easily they throw around everybody and then Luke just comes through and shreds them up like butter.
Right. Yep, I agree.
It goes to show what a full-blown Jedi Master can do
Yeah.
against robots.
Yeah.
So redeeming qualities, we can get through this quick. I know that's kind of the bad things. Redeeming qualities. I like how it just wasn't exclusively Bo-Katan versus Moff Gideon. Mando had his bout,
but she
Bo-Katan
still had. It was still
What?
Bo saving
Say it.
Mando. Girl power
because
moment.
Why? Because why? What happened? Why did she have the upper hand?
Because he came back and helped her.
No, because she had the Darksaber, and then yes, he came back and helped her. But Mando
Yeah, but she couldn't
literally
do
had
anything
no
with the
weapon.
dark saber anyways. But
Right, but
yeah, he did have
I think-
weapons. He did have weapons. He had 2 pistols.
okay, but again, he also had to go save his son.
Yeah.
Which those Praetorian guards, after they killed
I'm
Paz,
sorry, Grogu looks so stupid running around. Like that was such.
In the IG-11.
No,
or
he
just
was
by
he was
himself?
just running. He's like,
no, after
doing his
Yeah.
little stupid run, you know.
So I think like the fight between Moff Gideon and Din, and then kind of like showcased what Moff Gideon's suit was like. And it wasn't just a Bo-Katan defeats Moff Gideon, which I'm thankful they didn't do. Like they both had their fights with him, and then they came together and defeated him. Um, the the scene where she brings the Mandalorians down with them to raid the base, she pulls out the Darksaber and leads the charge. That was sick. I
Yeah,
thought that was cool.
yeah.
And just seeing I love watching Mandalorians drop out of ships. I think it's like the coolest thing ever.
It
They're
is
just
a
like
really
dropping
cool
out
visual.
and then they just jetpack away.
Yeah.
And the other guy
Axe
was pretty
Woves.
boss when he goes up, takes control of the mothership, and then just jumps out.
Yeah, he
'Cause
takes
it's crashing
so
down.
Axe Woves like jetpacks into
Yeah.
space, and they have an Imperial cruiser which has the front bay on the front, which is perfect for the Mandalorians because they can just like fly right into
Right.
the shield barrier. So he flies in and he's like, everybody get your butt down there. We're raiding this base. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm bringing this ship with me. And so all these TIE fighters and bombers come up and they miss each other in the clouds of Mandalore. So like the whole fleet's going down and the TIE fighters and bombers are coming up. They miss each other in the clouds because they can't see. So the bombers shoot down the light cruiser, but Axe Woves is like flying it down into the base. So he's got a flaming cruiser, blows it into the base. It kind of ruined like his heroic sacrifice moment by him jumping out because he just jumps out. But like he saved himself and he was the one that killed Moff Gideon.
True.
Oh,
which is
really?
funny.
The cruiser.
Well, because the explosion is the one that and then
Grogu does a
force shield
to protect them from the flames.
Which I
That's
think is
fine.
it's a less cheesier way that you could portray Grogu at this point.
Yeah.
I did like how he was helping Mando, but he wasn't fighting the Praetorians. Like they could have ruined that, if he like decides to pick up a Praetorian spear and like, but like he was just like pushing them, like he pushed the Praetorian guards' weapons away while Mando's fighting them. And then also kind of a weird thing. How did their spears not pierce Mando like they did Paz? Like,
well, they went for
armor.
the soft spots, I think, of him, because that's ultimately how they got him. Because they stabbed down on his neck.
No, they pierced him in the gut. They pierced him through his Beskar.
Okay.
Anyways, I just was thinking that I was like these slashes should be doing way more damage.
Yeah.
Because Paz, for one, had more Beskar on him because he's heavy than Mando. But anyway, plot armor. And then the whole like the opening shield doors scene where he goes through and fights the stormtroopers.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that scene.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he's like picking up weapons as he goes, and he's got the shield and blaster. Anyways.
Yeah.
So like I thought the action was pretty cool. The ending, I'm glad that Mando and Grogu are kind of separated now from this Mandalore thing. I'm glad that plot line.
That was pretty cheesy though, where he's like, only his parents can make him as an apprentice. He's like, well, I'll adopt him then. This is the way. I'm so sick of this is the way at this point.
They have now overused.
It is so
that
overused.
term.
It's dumb.
It was perfect in season one.
I know.
So this is.
It's like overusing the force is with you. May the force be with you.
Yeah. I'm glad
Which
that
they did in the sequel trilogy. Way
Yeah.
overused. May the force be with you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad that they tied up the Clone Wars and the Rebels here with the Mandalorians in a way. Like they tied it up nicely, but not to spectacular fashion like they should have. And I'm glad that now Din Grogu and Din Djarin are kind of distancing themselves from that whole storyline to go back on their own adventures because Bounty Hunter Mando is the best version of Mando.
Mm-hmm.
And,
so my friend Jason said, because I was talking to him about how season 3, sorry, has been like more about Bo-Katan than Din and Grogu, really.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he feels like that's on purpose because technically Book of Boba Fett was supposed to be a Mandalorian season subtitle Book of Boba Fett. and
Oh.
the whole series was supposed to focus on a different character each season, with Mando being the like main narrative driver in each of those seasons,
So
but it
this
was
would be
always
the
designed to be
Mandalorian colon Boba Fett or Bo-Katan.
exactly. So season 1 is about the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Season 2,
the Mandalorian.
no. Um, what happened in season 2 besides?
No, it would have been season 2,
Oh,
also
it
the
was Moff,
Mandalorian.
well, or Moff Gideon slash Moff Gideon, right? Because he
But
was,
we didn't learn. We just like we Mando still was the main character of the show at
yeah,
that point.
I
But
suppose.
Book of
But yeah,
Boba
but then
Fett,
season 3 should have been Book of Boba Fett, and season 4 should have been Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
right? And the thing is like Boba Fett still ended up being that way, like because
Right,
we make a joke that it's Mandalorian 2.5,
Right.
like
right.
so it
But
just
that was
Book of
just
Boba
because
Fett.
someone leaked the title and didn't include Mandalorian in front of it, and so they had to kind of roll with it. And so
Right,
that
and
was
that makes
always kind of the
sense.
plan.
That makes sense with the format too because they do it in chapters, and
Right,
so it would have made sense to break that up and be like, now this is the Book of Boba Fett chapter 1, and then you go
right.
into this season and it would have been Book of Bo-Katan chapter 1.
Yeah,
And then you could get back to Mandalorian, and that also gives you the freedom to time jump, like in a way, like
Yep.
progress the story through time, because those
Mhm.
don't have to be overlapping. You could go back and say, oh,
Right.
Din Djarin did this between Boba Fett and Bo-Katan, and
Mhm.
kind of give context to those in a way that's more
I
creative.
just,
But
I'm just worried that Star Wars is never going to age Grogu because he's a money-making machine for them,
Oh
and
yeah.
so we're never going to get mature Grogu.
Well,
okay,
that's one of the things I thought about too. Is he used to sound like an alien, like he'd make like
Mhm.
alien noises. Now he just sounds like a human baby.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like
So
wah wah.
at the end,
It's like,
Nathan,
what the?
at the end, did you might not have thought this, but I did. I was like, is he about to say this is the way? Or the
Oh,
way this is, do you like, because they're like he cannot speak, and then it like the camera looks at him, and I was like just waiting for him to speak, and then he goes "Huh?" And I'm like, okay. All right.
no.
Oh
He
man.
connected with
Anyways,
the mythosaur too.
right, oh yeah, they're gonna
Ah,
tame the mythosaur.
right.
Mhm.
I'm so
Din
done.
Grogu and Din Djarin. Anyways, so yeah, it had redeeming
Um,
qualities in my opinion to the tied up stuff, but I'm gonna be happy if they go back to being just Din and his adventures. So
yeah. Trevor said, "I heard Pedro Pascal and Disney are having problems. He might not be back." Yeah, that's what I heard too.
that is true. That
Yeah.
is true.
I hadn't heard that one. Now, I mean, let's be honest, you could probably do the show without Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless you
it's just
plan
his
on taking the
voice at
helmet
this
off.
point.
Right.
So,
Even
I,
then, you
Right.
just
Yeah, unless you
voice
plan on
modulate
taking
it.
his helmet off.
right.
Oh, and that's why they had to have him take his helmet off so much in season 2, because you're paying this guy millions of dollars to be your character and nobody ever sees his face.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Um. Also, he says he agrees with you, Tyler.
He also thought that Grogu was gonna talk. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Also, Pedro Pascal dies in literally everything he's in. So,
Rest in peace, Pedro Pascal.
so
they're
he's
probably
like
gonna.
the new Sean Bean.
And
Yeah, I guess so,
honestly,
right?
honestly, I'm gonna get a little political here. Who's not having trouble with Disney right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So many people
Dude, do
are
you
having.
guys see Jonathan
Let it
Majors?
burn.
A whole bunch of new allegations came out against him.
Yep. Yep. His agent dropped him, right?
Well, it's because he had a sexual assault or domestic abuse thing. Yeah.
Well, no,
Right.
no. But I'm
Right.
saying additional ones have come from
Are you
that initial
serious?
one.
From that
Wow.
investigation.
I mean,
yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
it. The dude looks like an asshole. So.
Yeah.
But also like his agent dropped him, so like he's
Oh.
basically out of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, so
Well.
Yep.
yep.
All right.
So there goes phase 4.
Yeah, MCU's pretty much screwed at this
What
point.
do you mean there goes? It never
Right,
came.
It already went.
Yeah, it's gone. It's dead. It's buried.
So speaking
Let
of,
it
let's talk about
stay in the
actual good
ground.
movies.
Yes. So I kind of was inspired to do top movie genre picks. So there's 5 genre picks. We have horror or thriller if you're not in horror, drama, comedy, action, and fantasy. Now,
You left out sci-fi and rom-com.
Well, sci-fi is usually tied in
Sci-fi is
with
fantasy.
fantasy. It is.
There
They're
is
usually
sci-fi
different.
fantasy, but there's
Right.
also like it's a subcategory of fantasy technically.
Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
go with
But-
sci-fi, you can if you want instead of
Okay, well, and I've got a rom-com too because I have too many comedies I like.
rom-com. Man,
You
yeah.
guys act like you don't have significant others. I know you guys have watched
I
rom-coms.
hate
Oh,
rom-coms.
I've seen so many.
I
They're
love
not
them.
they're not that bad.
I love rom-coms. I
I'm
love
not-
laughing at the cheesiness.
I'm not
Yeah.
a fan. I'm not a fan.
I'm
So
not
I just
surprised
recently-
you're not a fan,
but-
I just recently had to distinguish a rom-com to a chick flick. Like, what's the difference?
the thing about rom-com though, Zach,
man, I would say rom-coms are at least can be enjoyed by men, whereas like chick flicks, it's like so hard to find anything that you actually enjoy about
I
it.
disagree, but the difference is chick flicks sometimes have romantic bits in them, but they are like how I said it is not all chick flicks are rom-coms.
But all rom-coms
Um,
are chick flicks.
No, the other way around.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Not all rom-coms are chick flicks, but all chick flicks are rom-coms. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like
I can see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I distinguish
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, because
But
like
anyways.
Fever Pitch, I wouldn't necessarily call a chick flick, but it's definitely a rom-com.
Right. And then like also there are always exceptions to rules, obviously, but like Mean Girls, like that's an obvious chick flick.
That's
And there's
pretty
like
funny.
some romantic stuff to it, but
Yeah.
like that's not the plot of. But I like that movie. It's
But
pretty funny.
I would
It's
say
really funny. Also,
rom-com is
Ben-
just a
is it-
combination between a drama and a comedy though. So it's kind of like it's a subgenre the more than a main genre.
I suppose. What's the one with Amanda Bynes in it? Oh, She's the Man. That movie is
That's-
hilarious.
Never seen
That's
it.
so funny.
Oh my
That's so funny.
gosh, it's hysterical.
If I had to choose a rom-com, my favorite I would say Bridesmaids is or not Bridesmaids, Bride Wars is probably my
Bride
favorite
Wars is pretty
rom-com.
funny too.
Or the
Um,
Proposal is a pretty good one too.
The
Yep.
Proposal's really good, and also My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh
think
It's
yeah.
been a
Technically a
long
rom-com.
time since I've seen that one.
That was pretty good. So like, see, you can enjoy them, Nathan. You
Yes.
just gotta find like, you just gotta find. Honestly, anything with Sandra Bullock in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
True.
They're good.
Well, it's not on the docket
Anyways.
tonight.
Okay.
So
We'll stick with your
That's
list.
fair. That's fair.
and if you want to go with sci-fi instead of fantasy, you can. That's fine.
I mean, I'll just tell you, if there was a sci-fi category, I would put Tremors in there.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Dumb movie
Great one.
genre that are so good still. Like
Right, exactly.
so bad they're good. That's
Yep.
Tremors.
You know they've made like 7 movies.
I know,
or 8
I know. There's like an
movies. It's
Alaska
nuts.
one. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
Island one.
yeah, they're good.
It's-
They're really
They're
good.
good. They're fantastic.
I doubt the new ones are as good though. I've seen a couple of the new ones and they were not
They're
as good
okay.
as the
Yeah.
OGs.
Well, and you got to remember
The
you
Wrong
think
Missy?
The OGs are good because you grew up on them. Like
Right.
going back objectively
Right.
watching them, they're all kind of about the same quality, but you just remember 1 through 3 being awesome because
Yeah.
you grew up watching
Right.
1 through 3.
They were
Right.
great. Yeah.
Yep.
Trevor says The Wrong Missy. I've never heard of that one. Is that I'm assuming that's a rom-com, but
I've never heard of that one either.
I haven't either.
Yeah. So for top movie genre picks, I for a couple of them I had to choose a favorite of mine and one that I think is should be like I think is the objectively the top movie within that. And again, I've seen so many movies. There are so many good movies. This was actually really hard for me to kind of narrow these down. So I don't know if these are really the best for those categories, but they're the ones I got. So I don't know if you guys felt the same way doing it, but we'll start with horror, thriller. For horror, I chose Halloween, the original Halloween movie. It's a classic. It's a slasher ones, which I think slashers kind of paved the way for modern horror movies. They're good old classic, scary movies. They're not demonic or anything. They're just scary. And I think Michael Myers is like a classic villain. He's great because he doesn't talk. He's just there, and he's
not misunderstood.
He's not misunderstood.
He's just bad.
He's just bad. I mean, I think they wanted to retcon that later, but originally he was just like this 5-year-old who snapped and killed his sister on Halloween,
Right.
So I really love that movie. And it's one of the most iconic soundtracks too.
Mm-hmm.
Dee 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 dee. You know, it's so good.
Yep.
It's so good.
I don't
Yep.
even. I've never watched the movie, and I know the soundtrack
Yeah.
Right.
or theme song.
So yeah, great movie. That's my pick.
So I just picked my like favorites. So I actually have a horror, and then I have a thriller, and then I have an honorable mention for horror.
Okay.
So I put Hush for horror. I really enjoyed that movie.
I don't think I've seen
She's a
that.
deaf writer, and she decides to go write a book out in the middle of the woods.
I have heard of that.
And
yeah.
this guy basically plays with her because she can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So it's a really good movie. And they do like the way that they shoot it is like there's moments where like you're not in her head, but like you don't hear
it's
anything.
Her perspective, yeah.
It's her perspective. So it's like she might be cooking in the kitchen and then everything's like deaf.
Yeah.
And then you see him like come up to the window and he's like
Oh.
tapping on the window. Like,
I've
it's-
seen
like,
trailers for this. Actually, I want to
it's
see
so
that.
good. Like,
I'm gonna
getting
put this
chills
down.
right now.
Actually,
It's really good. I really enjoyed it. So that's like just personal favorite of the horror genre.
Yeah.
And then honorable mention for that would be Candyman.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good one.
I like
The original
Candyman.
or
That's
the
pretty
new
good.
one?
I liked the new one.
Yeah.
Um,
It was good. It
um,
was a little
but,
racy.
yeah.
It kind of had the whole
little bit,
little
but-
bit of a woke message, but it was still really good.
but it was right. And then for thriller, I put The Quiet Place.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
good
really
one.
consider that horror, but thriller.
It's definitely a
Um,
thriller. Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of my gateway into that genre because I am not a big horror guy. I cannot. And so I started with The Quiet Place when that came out, and then since then I've been able to stomach a little more and like, you know, I watched Black Phone, I watched Candyman.
I was with you
watched,
for both of those movies. You were cuddling me because you were
Oh, that's
scared.
right. Yeah, yeah. I hate them. I've watched The Conjuring against my will. I've watched Insidious.
Conjuring
against
is
my will.
actually really good.
Conjure.
It
I've
is.
seen that one. It's
It is.
freaky.
It is freaky.
Aw.
The Nun is worse
Anyways.
though. The second one with the Nun. Oh my
Nope,
gosh.
no,
the-
thank you.
No thanks. Pass.
Freaked
pass.
me out.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go see
Anyways,
the Pope's Exorcist next week.
Yeah.
No, we're not. I will not be there. I don't care if I get cut from the
I
show.
don't. I don't
I'm
really
not
like
going.
messing with the demon ones.
Nah,
That's
I don't
too-
really either.
too
I saw The
yeah.
Exorcist. It came in. It went. It
I've
came
seen
back
the
to
Exorcist
theaters.
of Emily Rose. Yeah.
I saw it in theaters, and I was
It's pretty
freaked
It's
out.
pretty freaky.
I mean, there's a scene where she's like stabbing her vagina with a cross. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel sick watching
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pass.
Okay, so
Hard
I'm not
pass.
I'm not a big horror guy either.
Yeah.
But my favorite one's got to be The Strangers.
oh yeah, I had a feeling you would
Dude.
choose that one actually. So.
I mean,
I don't think I've seen
oh, dude, it's when you were
I
describing
don't think I've seen it
Hush,
either. Too.
and I actually changed it. I had blocked that movie from my mind until you mentioned the guy walking up to the window and messing with the lady in Hush. Like
Yeah.
that's what they do. Basically, it's like the story of this woman and her ex-boyfriend or ex-fiance. They end up at a house in the middle of nowhere after a wedding because they were both in the wedding, but they had like just broken up, so their relationship isn't great. And then three people just start effing around with them in the middle of the night and like slash the tires, break the car so they can't leave. They're all wearing masks, and like it's shot so well because you'll just see them creep into the
In the
scene
back.
from behind.
Yep.
Oh,
I know.
like man, it was on
And the
TV
main
in
characters are
college when-
oblivious to what's going
Yes,
on, and
yeah.
you're just like,
gut wrenching.
Oh,
You always
at the end.
you always have to tell yourself,
like-
I don't care if they die. I don't care if they die. just
No,
just let it
honestly,
happen.
I
Just get it over
prefer-
with.
okay, I hate jump scares. They get me every time. I
Mhm.
prefer to be scared in that way, where it's like the main characters have no idea what's going on, but you as the audience member know. Like
Yeah.
I enjoy being scared that way because like you have a connection with the main characters. You're like,
Right.
no, like
Yeah.
dude behind you, but like it's
Yeah.
not like a cheesy like, oh look behind you. It's like a no, this guy's just standing in the window like,
Mhm.
and then they
That's-
look back and
that's
he's gone. You know, like
Halloween, half of Halloween is Michael Myers just
It
staring
is.
it through the
Yeah.
window with his
But,
with his Captain Kirk mask.
yeah. Oh,
Well-
is that what the mask originally was? The Captain Kirk mask?
Yeah, it was the actor, whatever the actor's name is. I forget his name, but
Yeah.
um,
Oh, Michael. No. Yeah. Never mind. Anyway, so what I had chosen before I remembered The Strangers was The Cabin in the Woods. I do still think
William
that one-
Shatner.
oh, I think I've seen that one.
That one's good. So the Cabin in the Woods
Oh, that is a
again
good
has
one.
has
Yeah.
a huge twist at the end. So if you haven't for sure
A
seen it, I
weird
won't spoil it.
twist at the
I
end.
don't
Weird
think.
twist
Yeah.
Very
for
weird.
sure.
Have you guys seen Grandma's House?
You mean The Visit?
I read the Wikipedia.
Oh, is it The
Yeah,
Visit?
The
Is that what
Visit.
I
it's
read the
called?
Wikipedia
That's
article
that's
on
an
it.
M Night movie.
That's
Yeah.
how I tend to
What a weird
experience
movie.
horror movies is I just wait till they've been out for long enough that someone has a really good plot summary on Wikipedia and I go read the plot summary.
When he takes the
Okay.
poopy diaper and stuffs it in the kid's face, I gag
Yeah.
every time. Oh my gosh.
But no,
just
the
remember
Cabin in the
watching the
Woods is really
commercial.
good. And
Yeah.
like if you go back when they're rolling or when they're taking bets at the very beginning before
Mhm.
everything gets chosen,
Yeah.
like and you pause and look at the board, it's hilarious some of the choices that are up there for
yeah.
for
Trevor
what
also
gets
says A
released.
Quiet Place is awesome with a good surround sound system. He's got a great surround sound
Yeah.
system, so yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
I experienced it in the theater, which is probably the closest. I'm sure home setups
Yeah.
can be nicer, but like I'm pretty sure I watched it with like the Dolby high end or whatever,
Mhm.
and like it was.
Yeah.
Since we're doing honorable mentions, I also got to mention It is great. Both
Oh.
the original
Miss
and
Me with the Clowns.
and the
Yep,
remake.
I'm right
Miss
there
Me
with
with
you,
the
I
Tyler.
Clowns.
hate
Can't do it.
clowns, but Stephen King is a genius writer. So
Miss Me. Yeah, he's
Can't
also
do it.
lefty AF, but
Yeah.
Miss Me with
Yeah.
the Clowns.
Yep.
I hate clowns too, which made it so scary. It was terrifying for me but good movie still.
And I
Really
hate being terrified.
good. Yeah. Any other picks?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
Not for
All
our
right.
genre.
Drama is the next one. So this was probably the hardest for me actually. So
Yeah, I had three choices that I couldn't narrow down from.
I just kept cycling through. So I finally picked The Prestige, which I thought was funny you mentioned that
Oh,
earlier.
But yeah,
Because that is a phenomenal movie. It's a Christopher Nolan
the
movie.
only reason why I wouldn't put it up in my top three is just because it does lose a little bit of watchability after you
Yeah.
understand what's going to happen.
For sure. Yeah, that's true.
But like first time viewing, yes, like
Yeah.
that is way up there.
That's a good one. It's a really good one.
It's
Mhm.
fantastic. Christian Bale's
Stacked
awesome.
cast too. Really good cast.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, that's my pick.
My top again, I couldn't really. Well, actually, no. So I'll move. No, I have to. Okay, my top three: Pulp Fiction, 12
Never seen
Angry
it.
Men,
12 Angry
and
Men's great movie.
and Casablanca.
Yeah, that
They're
was a good
all-
one too.
They're
It's an
I
older
just
one.
can't really choose between those three. 12 Angry Men is great for teaching you about like the justice system and
Mhm.
actually having like a very, very good message at the heart of it.
Yeah.
Casablanca is just a classic romance movie, great night movie, and Pulp Fiction is hilarious. Again, you want to talk about stacked cast, that's got a massively stacked cast, and
Yeah.
it's just a great movie.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one because it's been on my list for a while, but I haven't watched
You
it.
really you should prioritize watching that one.
I
It's
have,
that
yeah.
good.
I heard that and Reservoir Dogs are
I haven't
some
seen
of
Reservoir
Tarantino's
Dogs.
best. I
Yeah.
almost put Kill Bill as my action pick, but I
Kill
didn't.
Bill is really good.
So good. So
And
good.
Frozen 2.
And
Jack
Frozen
Black.
2. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
What about
Oh,
you,
man.
Tyler? What's your drama pick?
So I've actually got a new one for this, or a newer one. Fantastic drama, 1917.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was phenomenal. I love war dramas.
Mm.
And this one's special because it's shot as one shot throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
know-
yeah.
And if we're talking about
I didn't
war
see
as
that one.
drama, I was thinking that was more action, but I guess, yeah, I guess
It
you
can
could say.
be. It depends.
I would say also, Saving Private Ryan is another good
Right.
That's
war
one
And
I
that's an-
actually, which is going to be sacrilege. I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
remember watching it. as a kid
Memorial
with my
Day.
dad.
I watch it every single
Yeah.
Memorial Day. That's like okay, I didn't choose the Patriot. I was like, I almost gave it away. Patriot, I actually almost put on here. The Patriot and Saving Private Ryan make me cry every single time I watch them. Sob.
The Patriot,
Like
The Patriot's
Endgame,
a
like
July
Tony
4th
Stark's
movie.
death, sobbing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
Patriot you watch on July 4th, and Saving Private
Man,
Ryan you
that
watch on
would
Memorial
see.
Day.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. There's so many good drama
Patriot
movies.
is
I
so
totally would have
good.
thrown Patriot and drama
Patriot's
too.
amazing.
It could have been
Ugh.
drama
Oh
or action.
shoot! Actually, it is on my list. I just gave it away. Oh well.
That's fine.
That's
yeah.
fine. So I would say 1917 honorable mentions. I would definitely put Saving Private Ryan up there.
Yeah,
I
that's a
just
great one.
I love the shot, the one shot of 1917 that really puts the drama into the war.
Yeah.
And then this is just an honorable mention because it's my favorite movie ever. I would say it's the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah,
with Chris
that's a
Pratt.
good one.
It's a western. I just
That's
love
more
it.
of a
I love
comedy, though.
No, it's not really a comedy. But it does lean more towards action because it's about saving a town. But you know, honorable mention for action drama. You know,
Another Tarantino film that's good is Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight's really good.
Hateful Eight's really good.
Very brutal.
Very brutal.
That scene, oh man, where he has to undress out in the winter, the blizzard. Oh man, that was hard to watch.
But yeah, so that's my 1917 takes the cake for me because it's just phenomenal.
Yeah. Trevor said 1917 is another good one in Dolby Atmos.
Okay, before we get to comedy, I'm gonna slip my rom-com in here.
Okay.
That awkward moment is hilarious.
Is that Daniel Radcliffe?
That's Zac Efron.
Oh, that's
which
Zac
is
Efron.
hysterical to think about. It is
Oh.
so funny because it's Zac Efron and Miles Teller.
Oh.
So you guys should, if you haven't seen it, you
Mustache
should watch
boy.
it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
The
I would
first
say
line in the movie is like, "I'm sitting in Central Park in New York City."
That
and
awkward
it's
moment.
fucking freezing.
That's what it's called.
It's such a good cold open to the whole movie. So
that awkward moment is called.
That awkward moment.
Okay.
Zac Efron and Miles Teller.
All right.
My rom-com would be The Proposal probably.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Love that one.
Yeah.
But anyways,
comedy.
You going to comedy.
All right, so I actually have two choices for this one. So I have my favorite one. Okay, and again, this was so freaking hard.
Yeah.
Trevor said, "Would you put Blade Runner 2044 in drama or fantasy?" That's a drama. The new Blade Runner.
I haven't finished it. I started it on the airplane and didn't have time to finish it.
I think that's a drama. It's slow. It's a good movie.
It is pretty slow.
But it's very slow. I would say that's a drama. So
his relationship with the AI is really weird.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Both of those movies are very strange. I like futuristic things, so I enjoyed aspects of it, but overall I was like, this is weird.
But does futuristic, I guess that's his question. Does futuristic make it fantasy?
I would say it makes it sci-fi.
I guess it's sci-fi, yeah.
I would say it's sci-fi.
Which often is put into fantasy. They're looped together. They're sci-fi / fantasy usually.
Right.
So
Right.
The nerdy movies they're called. So
okay. Comedy. You got two?
When I think comedy, this is why it was hard for me. I think Wes Anderson. So
I know what your choice is going to be.
Two choices here. Two things here. My favorite
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
is Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah, that's my
Mr. Fox.
that's my that is it's fantastic.
It's okay.
It is so good. It is so good.
It's funny. It's very funny.
I would say Grand Budapest is a runner up to that. But
so they're both Wes Andersons for your comedy?
No.
That's
my favorite choice. But the movie that I think deserves top pick for comedy is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that.
That is one of the most quotable movies of all time.
Classic.
It is so funny. It's so random.
Huh?
Every moment in that movie is great.
I think you have to. I think that kind of just deserves the top spot.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yep.
Is that your pick, Zach?
I mean, it wasn't on my list. I have 3 other movies. I'll just run through them quick because I do think they're all solid ones. Tropic Thunder.
Oh, that's a good one. I almost put that on here.
Good.
I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective 2.
Okay.
Is
that's good.
hysterical.
I haven't seen the second one.
The first one's okay. The second one is like really.
I
where
fell asleep during the first one, so yeah.
It's only.
So did
okay.
I.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think The Truman Show and The Mask are his funnier movies. So
Watch Ace Ventura: Pet Detective 2. It's hysterical.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
funny.
my last one was the new Jumanji movie. I could watch that movie
Oh.
any day of the week. I love that movie. Not the second one.
The
The
first
second
one.
one's kind of trash, but the first
Yeah.
one, like the whole body swapping thing
Was weird.
it's so funny though.
in
You
the
have
second
Jack
one though, I mean, is
Black.
weird.
Oh yeah. But
In the first
Jack
one, it's
Black
good. Yeah.
being a
Jack
teenage
Black
girl
is yeah.
is so funny.
Yeah.
So my friend Malachi Bazaar on YouTube says that Kung Fu Panda 2 is his favorite comedy.
Nice. I love it.
Oh man. So I've got two, and one of them is the Will Ferrell movie, Talladega Nights.
No.
I
hate
haven't
Will
seen
Ferrell.
Talladega Nights.
I love Talladega Nights.
I can't
it's
stand
so
Will Ferrell.
quotable. It's so awesome.
Step
I
Brothers was
love
pretty good.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah,
Step
that's a
Brothers is
good one
also
too.
Really
Yeah.
good. That's Will Ferrell, buddy. Come on.
All right, let's name some other ones. Hot Rod, fantastic
Hot Rod.
movie.
Oh, dude, I rewatched Hot Rod
Yeah,
on the plane
love-
the other day. I forgot how
One of the
funny
best
it is.
moments is him falling down the hill just over and over.
Yeah, no, Talladega Nights is so good. Like you guys have probably heard this
so
one.
funny.
The kid says, "I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew."
Yes, yeah.
Right. That's for Talladega Nights. Shake
Yeah.
and bake.
Yeah.
El Diablo. Well, what's El Diablo? I don't know. It's like a chicken with his head cut off. So yeah, I love Talladega Nights. My second one,
Ferris Bueller's Day
is
Off.
That one's very good.
I haven't
My
seen
second
that
one is Django Unchained.
Comedy?
Oh, Django Unchained.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Really
Okay,
good.
It's
Django,
funny.
I think is funny because of like it's like a John Wick thing where you have to laugh when people die. It's just like
I just think
Right.
it's funny. Like
Yeah.
it's
like,
a good one.
they
It's a
make-
good one.
They make they make the who's the actor? He's big. He only
Jamie
dates
Foxx?
women
Jamie
under
Foxx?
25. No.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
Leonardo
yeah.
DiCaprio. They make his character so comical. Like,
Yeah.
how can you not laugh at him? Like,
Yeah.
You know,
I-
he
Cut his
that
hand.
scene where he's got like he actually sliced his hand open on set.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like the Aragorn kicking the helmet scene, isn't it? Now everybody knows
Yep.
that little piece of trivia, so you bring it up.
Right.
you're like, yes, we know.
Yes,
You're
yes,
one of
come on.
those people, Zach. There was a video, I think we've probably all seen it, but the guy's showing his girlfriend Lord of the Rings for the first time, and he's like shaking during that
Yeah.
scene. It's like sweating. He's like, "Don't say it! Don't say it! Did you know that?"
No, but I think Django is like honorable mention because it's
Yeah.
just, it's funny. I find it funny.
I saw something that was like,
you notice how
man,
we've mentioned like 5 Quentin Tarantino
I
films?
know. I thought about that.
It's so good.
It was like Leonardo DiCaprio is such a good actor that he can
He
say
really
the
is.
hard N word multiple times in front of Samuel L. Jackson,
And
right
when-
next to him,
didn't
and
he win,
live
like,
to
a
tell.
Best actor, best supporting actor award for that movie.
He
too?
didn't win
I
an
feel like-
something
Oscar.
for
He
it.
did not win an Oscar. The first
Oh, I
Oscar
guess
he
that's
won was
true.
for The Revenant.
Right.
Or The
which he
Revenant, The
Totally
Revenant.
should've- What was the movie he did right before The Revenant?
Maybe it
'Cause
was
it
the
was
one-
actually better
uh,
than The Revenant,
um,
but he lost it to someone else that year.
the Hollywood movie with Brad Pitt.
No,
Once Upon a Time
that
in
was
Hollywood?
after.
That's a great
That was-
movie, and that's also
I
a
haven't seen
Tarantino movie. That's actually a funny.
Wolf of Wall Street. He should have won. He should have
Oh.
won his award for Wolf of Wall Street.
Great
movie-
Gatsby. Yeah,
Great Gatsby was pretty good.
it's pretty good. I don't think he
Yeah.
deserved an Oscar
Not for
it.
Gatsby. I mean, but again, he was really good in Great Gatsby. But I
Yeah,
think
right.
like his Wolf of Wall Street portrayal was.
He was great.
Oh, my
I saw
gosh,
a
it was
reel on
so good.
Instagram too, where it's like you could see right before they called action him like just getting into character. And it's
Yeah.
like this man is a real actor. Like he's good. He is
Mhm.
very good.
Yeah,
As much as
he
he's
is
crazy in
fantastic.
real life, he's a very good actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
But you know, the good ones usually are
Mm.
crazy.
good old Matthew
So-
McConaughey. You know,
Also,
he went to
welcome,
high school-
Casey.
He went to high school. Matthew McConaughey went to high school in Longview, Texas, which is where I went to college.
Nice.
Did you know
All right,
he's so he?
action.
Did you know he's best friends with what's his face? The guy from Hunger Games and
Liam
Zombieville, or Zombieland.
No, it's Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Woody
Cheetah?
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, and
Oh, Woody
apparently
Oh,
they
They're
might
getting
they
brothers
might be
test.
brothers. Yeah, they might actually be
Yeah.
biological brothers because
They're getting a DNA test.
They
done.
found out Matthew McConaughey's mom was really good friends with Woody Harrelson's dad or something like that, and they might have they might have done stuff.
Done the big bad.
The big bad.
through Woody Harrelson's dad, not through Matthew McConaughey's mom.
Correct. So
Okay, because I was gonna say it'd be pretty
Yeah,
obvious
they'd be
if
stepbrothers.
she birthed both of them.
Casey says, "Good friends."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, Monty Python is like I got to rewatch it. It's just it's the
so
king
good.
of comedy. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
They have other good ones too.
The Holy Hand Grenade.
Okay, action. So this
I
is
feel inadequate about my choice now because I totally didn't. I totally would have gone with Patriot.
yeah. So the Patriot is my favorite. That's my top pick for
Sounds
my
good.
personal favorite. For action, it's fantastic. But if I had to pick I think a true top genre action movie, a classic is Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. That is like a pure classic action movie.
It is, yeah.
It is
it's very good.
phenomenal. So
Yeah.
that's my choice.
This is gonna sound awful. I put Iron Man. I love that movie. I'm sorry. Like it will always be one of my favorites. Just and yes, it's some of it is nostalgia, but like seeing him suit up and that metal suit just
Yeah.
clinking into place it's so good.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
good.
I put.
And then I
for
put
the-
Top Gun Maverick as a
That's a good one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I put for my winner. I did John Wick 3.
I almost put John Wick
Um,
on here. No,
John
John
Wick's
Wick
really
one.
good too.
My honorable mention is The Accountant.
Oh
The
yeah,
Accountant was really good.
That was a good
I
one.
like that one a lot.
So those are my two for action.
Action is like it's so broad
Broad.
because
It
like
is.
if
I almost
had
put
to
Mission
choose a
Impossible on
best-
here.
Yeah, like I was thinking Mission
Yeah.
Impossible, Extraction from Netflix is
Born
also
Identity.
The Bourne movies.
so
I
good.
thought about Bourne as well.
movies,
Yep.
Yeah, action is
Man.
so hard because there's
There's a
so
lot
many
across.
different types of action.
That's why I
It
was
could
like,
be a drama that has action and is still
Yeah.
considered an action
Right.
movie. You're like,
and that's kind of why I chose Indiana Jones because I'm like, there's so many good choices for it that are just action movies. So I had to think of a pure like classic action.
Mhm.
Indiana Jones is that type of movie, you know.
the
The,
Notebook.
the Notebook.
I think that's why I picked John Wick 3 because it's just action.
Yeah,
You know, it's
that
like-
is like literally just nonstop
That's
action.
that's
nonstop
Halle
action.
Berry with
Halle
the two
Berry.
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I just took it literal. How much action can you fit in a movie? That's action.
pretty much.
John
yeah.
Wick 3.
but the Patriot, man.
So-
Oh
I
my
know.
The
gosh,
Patriot's good.
It's-
That's so
oh.
good.
it's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
Oh,
For me,
sure.
it's-
Die Hard.
It's Lord of the Rings and then the Patriot. Die Hard
Well,
is
then
good.
Die
I
Hard.
feel like
Yeah.
Nathan and I are probably going to have very similar, if not the exact same fantasy pick.
Yes, I think this is pretty
Yeah,
obvious.
I know what this is going to be. for
Okay,
both of
on
you.
3, Nathan. 1, 2, 3.
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Yep. Saw
Yeah.
that coming.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on, you can't.
Yeah.
You
top
can't choose
Return of the
anything
King.
else. Yep.
Yeah.
I did. I
Well,
chose something
Harry
else.
Potter is what I'm assuming.
No, I didn't pick Harry
Oh,
Kick
Potter.
him out of
okay.
here. Star Wars. It's gonna be Return of the Jedi or A New Hope. I assume.
No, it's
Return
gonna
of
be
the
Empire
other type
Strike-
of king.
It's going to be
No.
Empire Strikes Back
Ip-
if it's Star
no.
Wars.
Ip Man, that's a
Nope.
good one too, actually for action.
Nope.
I haven't
It's
seen that
going to be No Way Home.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
I love
good,
Spider-Man.
but is it the best fantasy movie?
one. Oh, geez, yeah, you left the Spider-Man off. I mean, it was pretty good. I would say it doesn't even come close to Return of the King. but
Again,
that's just me.
Again, I didn't pick the best of the best. I
Right.
picked my favorite. I picked my.
That's
Yeah.
why I
favorite
chose
TV
favorites
genres.
and the best. That's why
Yeah.
I tried to.
So-
But I mean,
all
for
of these
fantasy,
are my
it's one and the
favorites.
same.
Not that I think I could argue against it being better than Return of the King. I cannot.
Yeah.
if you
I'm
did,
just
I
saying
would kick you
my-
out right now.
Right, I know.
Revoke
I know.
your nerd card.
But hey, listen, Return of the King, Tobey Maguire.
Right,
Anyway,
yeah.
so no,
True.
No Way Home is my favorite fantasy.
Okay.
I mean, it's good for sure. I would put
That's
that
more of an
under
action movie,
too.
yeah.
Again, yeah, I'd still put that under action movie.
I
I'm
put it under
surprised you didn't.
fantasy
I was
because it's
assuming you
nerdy.
were gonna do Harry Potter.
Honestly, I could
I
not
assumed
sit
Star
with
Wars.
myself picking a movie that out of Harry Potter and being like, yes, this is the fantasy movie
Yeah,
winner for me.
because the books are
and
way better.
Right. And for Star Wars, I thought about it. If I was going to do it, it would either be The Empire Strikes Back or Revenge of the Sith.
Return of the Jedi.
No,
I like
not ever. Return of the Jedi is my favorite, but it's usually not in people's top two.
It is my
It's
favorite.
usually Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith.
right. But
We should do a ranking of the Star Wars movies next.
it is that
I'm
it is
totally
in my top
down for
3.
that.
It is number 3 for me.
Yeah,
But Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith, they're just so good.
yeah,
So good. So,
yeah. I'm totally down for doing the Star Wars ranking.
I also thought it'd be cool to do. I think I already mentioned this, but to you guys, but a casting of the new Harry Potter show. Who we think would
Adult characters,
at least for adult characters, yeah, because I think the kids should be the brand new actors, or
right?
less known.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Come
But
up
yeah.
with a list and send it of like who you
Mhm.
think we should do.
well,
'Cause
I
there's
think.
obviously a million characters.
Oh, you're
Right,
saying for
give
each
us a character
the list of
list, yeah.
characters. Yeah, I was gonna say we should do spontaneous, so like have our own surprise list.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Um,
no.
You know
I'm
what?
saying just come up with the character list that you want us to pick choices for.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a fun idea instead of just coming up with our tier list and weighting it as a group. Is going on I think it's like the rank website where you like rank
Yeah.
movies like S tier to F tier,
Mhm.
but we have to like debate why we think it should be where it is if nobody
Yes.
agrees.
Yes, I
So
agree.
like for
I
the
agree.
Star Wars
That'd be
movies,
fun.
like, oh, this movie's S tier.
Right.
Why? Well, this happens. This
We
happens.
all have
like,
to
I
agree at the
disagree. I
end.
think it should be A tier.
Yeah.
Well, no, like obviously majority rules here,
Sure.
but like
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I feel
and
like we're all gonna have decently similar enough.
Right.
I don't think anyone
course.
in here hates any movies that someone else loves.
Yeah.
The only one that I could see some friction on is Attack of the Clones. I don't hate Attack of the Clones as much as some Star Wars fans hate it.
I like moments. I like moments of it, but overall,
I
I'm
like moments, but it's definitely like the worst Star Wars movie.
It's
And I
got-
think I have an
it's got
unpopular.
Padme in.
I have the
a
unpopular
midriff
opinion
suit.
of
I
yes,
mean, for
Padme's
that alone.
Padme's freaking hot, but I
Yeah.
cannot stand her character in that movie.
No,
she is
yes,
so
her
freaking
character's
The
stupid.
lines- the
Yeah.
lines and the writing,
They're
tier
so
list
bad.
maker. The lines and the
Yeah.
script is awful. I'm
Yes.
sorry, it just is bad. And Phantom Menace is not better at all.
But
either.
Phantom Menace has
but-
Darth Maul and Qui-Gon
Exactly.
Jinn. So
Exactly. So it gets second to last.
Right. yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
the prequels is definitely 3, 2, 1 for ranking.
Oh yeah. 3, 1, 2. 3, 1,
Or
2.
yeah, that's what I meant. 3, 1, 2.
Yeah.
For sure.
Obviously, the sequel series is better though. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Oh yeah. Obviously.
7,
Yes.
9, 8 for that.
Obviously.
Yeah, and that's a hard one. Which is worse?
Oh,
Last
well,
Jedi
The Last
or
Jedi
Rise
is
of
the Last
Skywalker?
Jedi.
They're
The
both
Last
pretty
Jedi is
bad.
Infinite
No.
Age.
Okay.
Eight's
I'd
way
say-
worse.
I mean, this is a conversation for then, but I think ultimately, objectively, Last Jedi is a worse movie, but The Rise of Skywalker did way more damage to the Star Wars universe than The Last Jedi
Oh
did.
sure.
I'll accept that. Yeah,
I'll
but
accept that, but let's
Last
save
Jedi
that for the
will
tier list
always be
maker.
the
Yes.
bottom because Ryan Johnson.
let's
can
let's
suck a
save
bag
these
of-
let's save these fights for the tier maker
Yes.
website when we do it. But I think
Yeah.
that'd be fun. We should start doing that.
Yeah.
Star Wars is going to be easy entrance into it.
Yeah.
And then you
Right.
get into a hot topic movie list where it's like we're actually going to be arguing. Then we're
Mhm.
like prepared for how the system works. So
Mhm.
I think that would
For
be
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Well, that was fun.
that was those were our top picks. I think it'd be fun to kind of like do it again, just different choices later down the road. That'd be kind of fun.
Well,
Get Nick in
obviously,
there.
yeah, we all had a lot of opinions and lots
Yes.
of movies that could go in there.
Right.
So
Right.
We could also do it for the year.
We also could do top like 10 movies of all time.
what about TV
something
shows?
like that.
You could even
TV
do
shows,
We could do
too.
TV shows.
I mean, Psych wins,
But-
obviously.
Well, yeah, Psych's the
Psych
best
is good.
comedy.
That's the best show of all
Um,
time.
I think it'd be cool, like at the end of the year.
I think
like,
Trevor
a
would agree with that.
capstone. Rogue One best, is what he says.
Yikes.
I mean, that's not necessarily a hot take. It's the best of the
It's
spin-off
the,
movies.
Yes, it's the it's
not-
the best of
Sure.
anything made after number
Disney. It's the
3.
best Disney Star Wars movie.
Yes, by far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, by far.
Yeah.
But it's not that good,
Anyways.
I think. So
Oh,
Oh,
I'd put it at least
ooh.
A
Top,
tier.
That's my
At
that's my opinion.
At least top 7.
You know what? You know what they say about
Oh,
opinions.
it's better than 1 and 2.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
It's better than 2.
Oh, I
It
said
might
7.
not be
It's
better
like
than-
It's
top
better
5.
than
Top
Attack of the
5.
Clones.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
easily.
easily better than
Darth
Phantom
Vader
Menace.
hallway scene alone.
You know what's funny about that scene is that he
I sent you
He-
the I
yes!
sent you the meme. That meme is so good.
he had to just sit there, turn off his breathing so he
off
could
his
have
light
dramatic
support.
effect. And
I've seen
then
that. That's funny.
force blew his cape into space. Anakin is such a drama queen.
He's a drama queen, bro.
He's all
Drama
about the entrance.
queen.
He's all about the
Oh
entrance.
man.
So
No, but
good.
no,
I
Rogue
always
One is,
forget. We always send
definitely
each other
top-
the same
top
stuff.
up there.
Every time I was like,
Right.
"Hey, you remember?" Oh, we already talked about this.
When we have multiple chats
I
too.
know. I know.
So it's like, shoot, which one did
Oh,
I send
man.
that to?
Yep.
Man.
Anyway,
But yeah, so I think that'd be fun. But if we do like a capstone episode, like at the end of the season for the end of the year, we do this thing, but for movies that came out within the year of
Yeah,
the
that'd be
season.
cool.
And just be like, oh, favorite fantasy, Mario, sick. So it's like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
favorite
Favorite
action,
video
John Wick
game
4.
movie would be Mario.
Sonic.
That's fantasy. But not in
Sonic.
the year. Not in the year though.
Tetris.
Tetris.
I heard it was a really good movie. Actually, it just came out on.
I think Liz and I watched it.
No, it just came out on Apple TV. I don't know if you have Apple TV.
Oh, the
I don't.
movie
I don't.
about
The Tetris
the
creator.
making of Tetris.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I've heard
Yeah,
it's really good.
it's got the guy from the spy movie where the club Manners Maketh Man.
Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yeah, it's got
Oh.
that actor in it.
Country
that's a-
road, take me home.
To the place.
That is
Another
one.
movie Pedro Pascal dies in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Gets
love those
grinded
movies.
in a meat
I
grinder.
They
forgot
are
about
good.
those movies. I love those.
They're
Dude,
really
Channing
good.
Tatum is fantastic.
Yeah, I love
Wait,
those.
There was
Did you
one
guys
that
see
just
the
came out,
prequel?
The
Yeah,
King's Man.
The
Yeah.
King's Man. It was pretty
was
good.
pretty-
I
it
didn't
was
see
good.
it. I didn't
Yeah.
get to see it yet.
It's really good.
It
Yeah.
wasn't. I wouldn't say it's as good.
No,
I
Kingsman
think,
is a classic.
I think the original is the best.
Yeah.
Two kind of went downhill a little bit. It got a little like
It
cheesy
was a
for me.
little
Like
weird. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the whole like meat grinder chick, and then like
yeah.
but like the
And
first one was
Elton
like cool.
John.
Yeah, the first one was like cool, like it was badass. Like
Mhm.
okay, it was sick.
Yeah,
and then
like,
it's
I
like
want
British
more of
undercover
that.
secret. Yeah, but the prequel one looked really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Kingsman,
because
so.
it was definitely more serious.
Mhm.
Okay.
and
but
it was
there
Ray
wasn't-
Fiennes too, who's a phenomenal
Yes.
actor.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but there wasn't like the technology was obviously a little more dated, and I
Yeah.
think
Right,
like just
right.
a touch more technologies always makes spy movies really entertaining. Oh,
That's true.
one
The
of
goats,
the
though, punching people off the mountain.
yeah.
is-
one of the most overhyped drama movies ever is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I'm sorry, I fell asleep trying to watch that movie, and it is always up there at the top.
Tinker
of
Tailor
people's
Spy. Yeah, I
Tinker
cannot.
Tailor Soldier Spy.
I cannot
Could-
stand that movie.
It was
I don't-
terrible. Nothing
think I've ever
happens.
seen it.
It's a
it's a
Benedict
spy
Cumberbatch
movie.
movie, I think, right?
No, you're thinking of the one where he's the code breaker.
No. I know what movie you're talking about. I thought it was Benedict Cumberbatch. Maybe it's
right?
somebody
Yeah,
else.
Benedict Cumberbatch is the code breaker. It's
The
somebody
Imitation
else, but
Game.
it-
Yeah.
Yeah, the Imitation Game. That's the
No,
thing.
I know it. I've seen some of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
I fell
Dad
asleep.
always wants to watch that movie. I'm like, why?
I've literally fallen asleep in the middle of a movie on accident one time, and it was that movie.
Oh,
Now,
well,
sure, I've fallen asleep on purpose.
I've done that.
before.
I've done that a lot. I mean, Wakanda Forever. Fell asleep 3 times in theaters.
Honestly, Thor: Dark World puts me to sleep every time.
Aquaman. I fell asleep during that movie too.
How do you fall asleep during Aquaman?
Or no,
Jason
sorry,
Momoa, no.
Assassin's Creed. That's what it was. It was the Assassin's
Oh.
Creed
Yeah,
movie.
that wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
One
It was
movie that I
pretty
forgot
bad.
about. One movie I forgot about. Now You See Me.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh, that is a really good one.
Yeah, that'd be more like a mystery, those type.
Mhm.
I think like Sherlock Holmes wins that.
Sherlock
Yeah,
Holmes with Robert Downey
Downey
Jr.
Robert Downey
Sherlock
Jr.'s.
Holmes is really good.
This is so delicious and complicated. Yes.
Mhm.
Because Now You See Me is the one with the magicians, right?
Yep. It's
Yes.
got
But they're like
Jesse Eisenberg.
it's
spies.
got Mark
Jesse
Ruffalo.
Eisenberg.
Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trevor said at one point I was ranked top 25 in Tetris Splash on Xbox One.
Hey, give him
Yeah.
the good old
Prop,
clap.
yeah. Give me the applause. There we go.
You support our fellow nerds.
I heard Tetris. Have you guys heard of Tetris Effect? It's like one of the most. It's a Tetris game that will make you cry. People get very emotional playing this game because the music in it, like, is very emotional music, and it like builds every time you like finish a line, you know. And so like, for some reason, it's making people cry. It's bizarre. It's an older game now, I think. But
Why did Flappy Bird get removed from the App Store?
Because someone killed his brother over it.
that's right. I forgot about that. I think I have a rash on my
So
arm.
they decided to remove it from the App Store?
Yeah, because
He decided
it got
to move
so
it.
hot. It got so hot. The creator, he was a one man creator. He was like, I didn't want this game to be destroying people's lives. Like, I just wanted to create a fun game. So he decided to pull it from the App Store because when he heard that story, it was, obviously when something you create that causes someone to kill another human, like that's going to weigh on you heavily as a creator. So he decided to pull it.
Yeah.
That is so random.
Trevor's-
Like, I don't. Did her brother destroy his high score, or like what was the? Did he knock him
they were
off course when he was trying to go for a high score?
I think he was getting to his high score and he was just about to get it, and like his brother like slapped the phone out of his hand or something, like to cause him to not achieve his high score. And so
That's
blew
just
up.
a dick move too.
Well, yeah, but
Now we're
brothers gonna be
not-
brothers.
Right. I'm not saying you should commit murder over it, but
No, right.
golly.
So yeah.
Trevor says I have it. Are you talking about Flappy Bird or Tetris?
yeah. Oh, you
Yeah,
can still get it.
yeah,
If
you can
didn't
still have
delete
it.
You can still have it.
If you
on
never
your phone.
deleted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
And there's clones of it now too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffy just asked if we were talking about Flappy Bird. Yes, we are.
Yes. Are you
Yes,
not?
we are.
Is he watching? How does he know?
On YouTube.
Oh, he's
He's on
watching on
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. I don't see the comment section on YouTube, so
Oh, don't worry. I got you, buddy. I'm watching.
okay. Yeah. I had a thought, but I forgot already. So, oh well.
Brought the room down with that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was before.
That's
What were
all
we talking about before Tetris?
Now You See Me
Yeah.
The Kingsman.
and Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't know. Oh well. I
But yeah.
forgot.
It'll come to you
So-
like 10 minutes from now.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, we gotta get back on. No.
No, but that was good. I like
Yeah.
doing those
That was
genre
fun.
tiers, and so
Mhm.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I'll be on next week. Maybe we'll see. Zach, I don't know if you're gonna be available. You're gonna be out of town, right?
Yeah.
So you,
Well, I'm technically flying home Wednesday, but then I'm going right back out of town Thursday morning. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Got
It
it,
just
got it.
depends on how tired I am.
okay.
Yep,
Well,
yep.
we'll see how much progress I've made in Attack on Titan. So either next week or the week after, we're gonna do an anime. We're gonna do AOT review, and it's gonna be awesome. So
We'll have two special guests.
we will have two of our friends on, who are big anime guys. Casey, actually, who's in the chat right
Oh.
now.
Gomi Bear.
Gomi
Gomi
Bear. So yeah, look forward to that.
Nice.
Otherwise,
Mhm.
we got some ideas for future episodes here. So we're also going to be doing a Batman versus Spider-Man episode eventually here. Who's the superior superhero? Batman's the answer. But Spider-Man's freaking dope too, and I think Tyler likes Spider-Man better than Batman.
I mean,
You're
Spider-Man
putting
has
me in a tough spot.
Spider-Man has a comic run where he kills Mary Jane with his radioactive jizz. So there it is.
Yeah, master. listen. You put me in a really tough spot here because you
Yeah.
picked my favorite superhero, not because he's the most powerful, but just because he's my favorite.
he's my
And then
second
you're
favorite
like-
superhero.
And then you're gonna pick Batman, and you'll be like,
Mhm.
all right,
it's gonna be
better?
it's gonna be
It's like,
okay. We're
It
gonna
is close. Like Spider-Man
Yeah.
has a case to be made to be one of the most powerful, like I would
and
say,
that's
planet
and
level
that's why
superheroes
it's worth a
ever.
discussion because I have some thoughts on it. I love Batman.
all right.
He's my favorite. Spider-Man's my second favorite, but I have thoughts. So we'll get
I'm
into
just
that.
gonna say Spider-Man is
think
my
about
favorite.
just from the MCU alone, where a teenage Peter Parker stops the Winter Soldier's arm in midair and
Yeah.
is like playing around with him. Like
Yeah.
he's insanely strong.
It'll
The Iron
basically
Spider.
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about who's objectively a better superhero, a better character. We'll talk about who's more powerful necessarily, and who we'll do a versus. We'll end it off with a versus. Who would
The
win?
problem is there's
in a
so many
fight.
different Batman and Superman though, so you're gonna
No,
have to
Bruce Wayne, Batman.
No, I'm
against Peter
saying
Parker,
like there's
Spider-Man.
No,
even as
like,
Bruce Wayne, he
Are you
gets
doing comic
described
versus comic,
differently
movie?
across different runs.
We're
Like
talking about
sometimes
comics.
Bruce Wayne is
Okay.
described as like peak of human condition, and other times he's just
Peak
an above
Batman
average human.
versus peak.
Okay, so are you saying
Spider-Man.
peak human condition is sub superhuman?
We'll
You
get
know what I'm
into it.
saying?
We'll talk. We'll talk
Well,
about it.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
But also, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Jake Lloyd. He says
Yes.
Spider-Man in every way. So
Mm.
that's what he says. I'm just reading it. It's not my words.
Okay.
It's his.
Controversy.
So that's all I gotta say.
We'll tune in to the episode, Jake, when we talk about it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
if we have
and-
enough input, like,
And
we
this
can
is an
obviously
episode we
affect
got
the
to do
conversation
You got to
based
do
on
your
comments.
homework on it, but before
Yeah.
we come out of the episode.
I do.
because
I do.
We got to have some. You got to have some
I'm
stuff
just gonna
to back
Google
up
Batman
your claims.
versus Spider-Man. See
Right.
what comes up.
And then I also thought it'd be fun to kind of do like a rank of fandoms. I thought that'd be kind of fun. So we could do something like with a tier list of different fandoms.
Yeah.
So,
Something like that, I feel like would be better live with like the three
Yes.
or four of us kind of discussing
right.
rather than
Yeah.
coming to the episode with a list already.
So
Yeah.
some things to look forward to.
Mhm.
We are pretty much going to go through season 2 will end in June. We're going to take July off and then start up season 3 in August. So that's the plan.
Nice.
Good deal.
So we got lots of weeks ahead of us. So check in. I played Diablo Immortal this week on Tuesday. It was actually a really good stream. Trevor joined. Trevor's going to play with us probably a little bit. If we can
Nice.
get on the same server, I think we were having issues with that. So we'll be playing Elden Ring eventually. We're not going to do any stream tonight. I got to get some stuff done. But probably next Tuesday we'll be streaming again. Or Tyler, you're busy on Tuesdays now, right? You have
Yeah, I've got softball now on
softball
Tuesdays.
now. Okay, maybe we can switch it around. Maybe
Yeah.
Mondays or something. But yeah, if you haven't checked out our Discord server yet, so last week I said nobody's been on. Apparently, I felt so bad. Somebody joined like a month ago, and I didn't even notice. And so I tried to say welcome him, and he never responded. So, but hey, he's part of our
loves
Discord
us.
server.
Yeah,
We're
Hop in,
building.
chop it up.
We're building a community now. So come
One
join.
person at a time.
One
that we
person at a
ignore
time.
for a month.
One person every month. That's how we do it around here.
Yep. Find our link tree in our
yes.
bio on Instagram at talking_nerds.
Yep. And
you'll
if
find
you
us on
listen to the
Twitch.
audio version of this episode, you'll see the link tree is also in the description.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Twitch.tv/talking_nerds. That's what you're watching right now, or on YouTube, Talking Nerds Podcast. So check us out both of those places and all the socials. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thanks for
All right.
listening, guys.
Yeah, guys.
Appreciate
See
it.
you
Have
guys.
a good week.
Take care.
Peace.
Bye.